Hey alla Richard Metzelfan här. I'm bringing you guys an old school album review, and today we're going to be looking into this album's 25th anniversary, and it's from one of my personal favorite black metal bands of all time. And as you can see below the title, we're going to be talking about The Secret of the Black Arts by Dark Funeral, the band's debut album released on January 28th, 1996 by No Fashion Records. Um, and like I've said, for those of you who don't know who Dark Funeral are, they're a black metal band from Stockholm, Sweden. They formed in 1993, and they're pretty much one of the best bands, especially in that whole Swedish black metal scene. There was always like Dissection and Marduk at the time, and I feel like Sweden were trying to be up there with also like the Norwegian scene with like Mayhem and Emperor and stuff. But I think Sweden has definitely a great scene, and this is their debut full-length album, following up their 1994 self-titled debut EP, which actually has like a couple of these songs they've actually ended up re-recording for this. And this album is a very interesting one because they've actually re-recorded it twice. The first version, from what I heard, they actually recorded did it at one time, and then one of their old the former members, Black Moon, rest in peace, said that what didn't sound good and it sounded like shit, and so they ended up re-recording it, and then they actually we put this album out in 1996. And there's actually this version I have was actually a reissue that Century Media put out, and this actually has like the I guess the original version that they ended up re-recording, and of course the version that we all know. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing, just like different sound qualities and stuff. So it doesn't really matter what version you hear. It's both sound kick ass. But let's just dive right into this. Let's talk about just the vocals. Like, this is the only album for this album that has the classic lineup. They have like Them Garoff. He was the lead vocalist and bassist on this album. But man, his vocals just sound really just sick, and I feel like really wish his bass playing was really audible. And the guitar work is tight. I mean, Lord Armand is a riff god, and Black Moon, may he rest in peace. His both their riffs are great, and the drumming from Equimanthorn, I feel like I can't even speak today. His black metal drumming is just insane. Just like the fast and double bass and just blast beats that he comes up with is fucking sick. So, without further ado, let's just dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is The Dark Age Has Arrived, which is a little intro. It's a very short ambient intro. It's only like 16 seconds long, but my only little gripe is I feel like this really shouldn't have been like its own separate song. It should have been like merged within the next song, which is the title track, The Secret of the Black Arts. Now, this song just doesn't waste any time from the start. It just has some insane tremolo picking and just blast beats. It's just cold, it's beautiful and brutal. It's just a fucking sick song. It just makes you just hit you right in the head, like, or face in like a million miles an hour. It's fucking sick. Anyway, moving on to My Dark Desires, which it starts off with Themgaroth unleashing like a sick scream, and then the whole band just comes in at full force. Great way to start off this track, just some sick vocals and just great riffs and great drumming, everything. And next song here is The Dawn No More Rises, which starts off pretty mid-pace, and that just gets a little bit faster as the song progresses. And I love the blast beats from Equimanthorn. And in my opinion, I think he's a very underrated black metal drummer. Like he does like a lot of slower stuff than just like the sick fast blast beats, and everything is just goddamn. Anyway, moving on to When Angels Forever Die. It just comes straight to the point, which is unleashing a insane amount of energy. Its most notable parts, especially in the chorus, and after listening to the first time, it will just get stuck in your head. It just delivers like a very just destructive force that nobody can resist. Anyway, moving on to The Fire Eternal, and from the title alone, this song just makes you feel like you're in the fires of hell. Just like sick instrumentation and vocals. It's just very evil sounding. And same thing with the next song on here, which is Satan's Mayhem. It's just very evil sounding in terms of like the music and the lyrics. It's very fast paced and it's just full of energy. Next song on the album is called Shadows Over Transylvania. It's another sick song. It's really just fast. It's just like I don't even, hard to say. say, like, Themgaroth's like vocals just sound sick. It's just very menacing and just fast-paced song. It's just very riffing. Like one thing I love about Dark Funeral is just they have like really great riffs. Anyway, next song is Blood Frozen, which starts off very slow and then grim, and then Themgaroth unleashes a sick scream. And then it's a bit of a slower song for about 2 minutes, and then the tempo just speeds up, and the band just delivers on all force. Anyway, then we go on to Satanic Blood. Now, this is actually a cover song originally done by Vaughn, which I have never heard of Vaughn until before I did this review. I went and checked them out. They're a black metal band actually from Hawaii, which is the most weirdest place you would never think to hear a black metal band from. But and this actually has their Black Moon, the guitarist, actually doing lead vocals here, and his voice is pretty great. It's kind of similar to Themgaroth's a little bit, but I think it's a pretty interesting song. Anyway, then everything closes with Dark Are the Paths to Eternity, a summoning nocturnal, which actually delivers like the others, like Inflamed, Hot as Hell riffs, and then have like the typical dark vibe of the record, and it just builds up to one of the most intense, just atmospheric songs in like the whole album. It's really just great guitar layering, just frightening melodies, and just everything about this song. It's a great way to just end everything all on full force. Now, overall, The Secret of the Black Arts by Dark Funeral is a classic in black metal. If I were to give this album a score, I'm going to give this a solid 10 out of 10, just like everything that this album has to offer. Just riffs, just evilness, hellfire, and just brutalness. So yeah, that's my review of The Secret of the Dark Arts by Dark Funeral, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the album, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal. Talk it.